right, looks like we might be finally back. Not a good start to a stream. Looks like we all right. Game might have crashed again. To a good start. So, looks like we might not be able to open the YouTube chat because that seems to be what caused the crash. And now I didn't open it the right way. Let's try this again. All right. Well, unfortunately, it looks like I'm not going to be able to pop the chat out. I'm sure it's just a compatibility issue because these crashes did not happen until I opened YouTube. But this is probably where I'm going to have to go back and see the video that him was telling me about, where I can allocate what goes where as far as the cores go. See what it looks like in here. There's a lot to unpack here. There's definitely a lot to talk about as far as what brought me to this point of building this PC, the kind of results I'm getting with this PC versus what I was getting from my Alienware. Unfortunately, that issue that you were seeing was the first time that I've had it happen, but it's also the first time that I also tried to go live. We're still good on the setup. So after this race, I'll close down ACC and talk about again what brought me to this point of building this PC, parts that I used to build this PC, some of the bugs that I've been experiencing, because this hasn't been a 100% perfect experience. I have experienced a few bugs and a few issues, but on the flip side of that, there is a noticeable jump. And not only that, I'm able to do something that I have not been able to do in a long time, and that's use the Oculus Quest on the PC. I bought an Insignia Oculus Link cable along with me building this new PC. The headset stays connected, it does not disconnect, whereas on the Alienware it would disconnect 5 or 6 times before I could get the stream going.
Stay double file.
But now, as you guys see, the trade-off is that the PC was crashing when I opened YouTube. So after this race is over, I'll close ACC so I can open YouTube and go and pull out the chat and we'll talk.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right. 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 Car on the right. Clear on the right.
She's running buttery smooth though with 22 cars.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Leader has finished the race.
Okay, that was great. The visuals, looking through this, I mean, looking over there doesn't look bad at all, but it's I guess the distance, the details aren't that much in focus, and then as you get closer, there's a little bit of pop in. But then as you get closer, the details are definitely there. So that's probably a little bit distracting, but I definitely got to solve this compatibility issue with YouTube. So, I mean, for those of you that's still hanging around watching, you saw that it ran pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and close this app and then pop out the chat. And then if any of you are still hanging around, we'll talk about what I had to go through. So. Pretty good session. There was a little bit of a trade-off for me coming back to the Quest 2. There was a trade-off. All right. All right, we are back. Let's pop out the chat here. Close that. It's, oh my God, come on, chat. Pop out. Is this Mass Effect on Voltron? Let's pop out the chat here. One second. You see a mouse cursor? All right, let's talk. So, there is a noticeable jump with this PC. I am experiencing some jank here and there because I think it's some compatibility issues. I think I still need to update some drivers and whatnot. You know, with a computer, is so many updates you got to go out there and find because of all the components involved. And so that I was a little bit shocked to see that the computer crashed as soon as I opened up YouTube within OBS within this headset. So it cost me about $2,000 to build this computer. All new parts except the graphics card. That's the 3070 that I had in my Alienware, and that was an upgraded graphics card. At the time that I bought that 3070, it was the only thing that I could get my hands on, so I really didn't have much choice there. But everything else is all new parts. Fastest CPU on the market. It has an i9 12900K in it, 12th gen. So 32 gigs of RAM, lights everywhere. PC's got a total of 13 fans. If you include the fans that's in the GPU as well as the power supply, as well as water cooled. So heat should never be an issue with this PC. So some of the trade-offs that I had to experience, I tried to plug my Rift S back up, and for whatever reason, it's not getting any sound, and there's no option in the window pane to try to adjust the sound, to set the sound to the Rift S. I don't know what the deal is there. The only thing I can think of is it might be possible I might have a bad cord, so I might have to go in there and try changing cords and see what happens there. But the good news is I did buy another link cable. I bought a Insignia brand link cable. Wasn't exactly cheap. It was $60, whereas the Oculus link cable is $80. The good news on that is that no disconnects. The only disconnects that happen with this is when the entire PC crash. Whereas with the Alienware, this Quest would disconnect like 5 or 6 times before it would stay connected. So this is staying connected. That's the beautiful part. The thing about it is that even with this extra power that I got, I still have to turn the resolution down, because if I pump it all the way up, because the resolution on this headset, I think, even though it's 1948p, I think for the lenses, I think output wise, it allowed me to go all the way up to 2796p or something like that. So the recommended setting for this headset, based on my PC specs, was 2096, but I took the resolution all the way down to 1548 because I still needed headroom to open up other apps. So but I think what you saw right there was pretty smooth. I was able to see all the cars with no jank and stuff like that. Cars did look a little bit pixelated at the bottom once they were in the distance because of the shadows disappearing, but once they got up close, all the details were there. So from that standpoint, I'm still happy with the computer. I just got to resolve this issue with YouTube causing it to crash. So I think I got to get into the BIOS, which I haven't been able to figure out how to get into the BIOS, and try to update that. I assume that might be where the problem is coming from. So all in all, I am happy, but I need to try to get this YouTube issue resolved before my son comes over, because I know he wants to do an event, and I want to try to record it. So with that, I'd like to thank those of you who hung out and watched me get through all this crap with the crashes and stuff like that. I finally got up and running, but it came at the price of having to close a bunch of apps. So we'll try to get this thing figured out. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and boogie on out of here. I would consider streaming from Voltron to be a conditional success. Once all the apps were closed and it was just the headset and just ACC open, it ran pretty good. But there's a lot more tweaking to do. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. My son is going to come over today. He'll be doing his thing. And so I think I might take another chance and jump back on ACC on the PS4 or the PS5 and stream from one of those. And I'll be back in the Thrustmaster chair and lawn chair and table. So if I do that, definitely check me out. So, all right, I think now I've rambled on long enough. Let me see. Honestly, you seem to be getting better at this game. Those corners were smooth. If you're still watching, Dan Sock, I think one of the reasons why I got a little bit better at this is because of the PS4 and PS5 versions. There's nothing wrong with those versions. It's the wheelbase that I had to use when I was playing it. I had to go back to the Thrustmaster because this DD1 is not compatible with PlayStation. So I had to go back to my Thrustmaster because it is compatible with PlayStation. And compared to this DD1, that Thrustmaster is a horrible wheelbase. I can't believe I used it that long. So basically, I think, to put it simply, with this DD1, I was eating steak. I appreciated it, but not as the way I probably should have. And then when I went back to that Thrustmaster and was eating Spam, and then came back to this DD1, you know, then all the details definitely like were pronounced and came through. So and I learned to stop getting such a heavy foot too. So so yeah, thanks. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good session. I should have saved the replay. But all right, now I'm gone. Thanks for watching, everybody. You guys know the line. Wakanda forever, long live the king, and deuces. We'll see you later. Oh, before I go, I also got this this lighted keyboard here too, along with all the lights in my computer, and this lighted mouse. Solar, what's up? So, hey, how you doing? Yeah, you can only see my cam because I cut off ACC. The game ACC was crashing, so I shut it off. So it appears that game screen is black. What it was is you got here late. I was just trying to run ACC with the YouTube chat popped open and it crashed. So I had to close YouTube in order to play ACC. And then when ACC, I got done with that, I closed that app in order to open YouTube so I can talk to you guys. So the screen is black because I closed ACC. So I'm trying to resolve some compatibility issues, but how's the PC doing? Okay. I think there's a noticeable jump. There's a noticeable jump in performance. Damn, I guess that's one of the things I forgot to say. So with the Rift S, when I put that i9 in there, I was able to run ACC at VR Epic settings with a full grid of cars, 30 cars, and I was getting about 40 frames per second, and it was jumping up and down. It was going anywhere between 40 and 50 frames per second. Then I built this computer and I put on the Rift S, and I do the same thing. VR Epic settings, 30 cars, and I was getting anywhere from 35 to 55 frames per second. But something to keep in mind is that when I ran this test with the Rift S on my Alienware with the i9 in there, that headset was outputting at 1440p, whereas when I did the first test with this headset, I was running at 2096p. That's a huge difference. So that's where the jump came in, is that I was able to go with the same settings that I had with the Rift S, but with a little bit higher resolution. So that's where the jump came in from what I could see. So still tweaking, still learning, all that stuff, and still gotta I think go find some more updates so we can get some of these compatibility issues solved. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and boogie on out of here. I said it before, I'll say it again. Wakanda forever, long live the king, and deuces.